As a teenager, I'm still learning and figuring everything out. As I'm trying to do all of this, I'm starting to feel the pressure of the future. People, normally adults like parents and teachers, start asking me questions like, what do you want to do when you're older? As I start thinking about the future, if I'm going to college, what kind of career I'm planning to go into, where I want to live and more, I should remember something that I've learned, to do what I want to do. As a teen, this can be hard. I still live under my parents' rules and I still go to school 5 days a week, but I have some freedom. Even at Drake, I'm offered many classes other than the normal math, history, science, and English. I can take Spanish, French, art classes, more science or English or history. There's a lot of options. Currently, I take 7 classes, my electives being Spanish and drawing painting. But I'm already planning for next year and the years after that too. I'm already feeling the stress of choosing classes. I have to decide whether I want to start taking another science or maybe another English, how many AP classes I want to take, and if I do all of this, if I would have time for an art class. Then there is the option of joining a team for my junior year, which sounds pretty interesting too. At this point, my parents are starting to talk with me about college. I'm a freshman and I already have to think about college. Overall, it seems way too complicated. But as I think about all of this, about my future, I try to remember to think about what I want to do, because really it's my future. When I leave school, move out of my parents' house, I will make my own decisions about my life. If I let other people tell me what my future will be, it probably won't work out for the best. I don't want to be stuck with a job that I don't like. I want to be able to choose a career based on what I'm interested in, not what my high school AP classes were. This is not the first time I thought about my future. I realized that I've been making decisions about what I want to do for a long time. Many of these decisions have been centered around dance, something I love doing. I have been dancing for a long time, since I was around 4 or 5 years old. I took ballet lessons like many other girls my age, yet when I was in about 3rd grade, I decided to quit ballet. I have been taking ballet for a while now, but I decided that I didn't want to continue with it. I can't remember now exactly why I stopped, but I did. My parents didn't really want me to quit, but I decided to stop anyways. I didn't dance for a few years, and I really missed it. So in 5th grade, I started taking ballet classes again. I thought that it was a mistake to quit, but later I realized my real mistake was starting it again. I hated going back to class, and found myself remembering why I had wanted to quit in the first place. I think back to every Monday being in school, and knowing that I had to go to classes that afternoon, and just dreading it all day. I would sit in class, my stomach filled with butterflies, not being able to concentrate. The feeling would only intensify as I headed home, knowing that I was only closer to having to go to ballet. When I would get home, I would beg my mom not to make me go. Somehow, I always found myself lacing up my ballet slippers at the studio, no matter how much I protested it. I didn't like the classes because I was oldest in the class, it still wasn't very good. Also, I thought that the teachers were too strict and too mean, which was more of a fact than an opinion. The only part of ballet I really liked was the Nutcracker show at the end of winter semester. That was probably the only reason I actually decided to join again, and why I stuck with the classes for so long after that. I loved being in the show, the dances, the characters, the costumes, and mainly just performing. That has always been one of my favorite parts of dancing. I love being on the stage. So after 2 more years of barely making it through the classes each day, I decided it was time for me to quit again. Even though I stopped ballet, I didn't want to stop dancing. I knew I had made the mistake to stop dancing once, and I didn't want to make it again. So I began taking classes at Rocco's studio, and now, 3 years later, I am still dancing there. I'm glad that I quit ballet, because if I hadn't, I wouldn't have moved to Rocco and wouldn't have found the kind of dance I do now, which is modern. Dance is something I love to do, and I want to continue with it for as long as I can, at least till the end of high school. I don't know if I will go into a dancing career, but it's always an option if I decide that is something I want to pursue. I don't know what I want to do yet. Maybe it will be dancing, or maybe a different kind of art, or maybe I'll go into the science field, or become a writer or a publisher. I don't know exactly what the future holds for me, and neither does anyone else. The only thing I really know is that I will do something that I want to do. It's my future, and I will make the decisions. Sure, I will need help along the way, but overall I want it to be my future created by my decisions, along with my mistakes. I want to do what I want to do. This I believe.